Hello everyone, my name is Hayden Bolin, and here's my poster for our class project. My project is a new construction residential. My clients are Emma and Bennett DePriest. They're a young couple in their early 30s with a 2-year-old son and another on the way. They're originally from the Pacific Northwest, but they relocated in Dallas about 6 years ago for work. They've been living in a small apartment in the lower Greenville area, and they've really loved the walkable area and the nightlife, but they're ready to settle down in a family-friendly neighborhood, and they found an empty lot in Plano, Texas. Since they're from the Pacific Northwest, they really want to focus on bringing nature into their home. That's what they really miss. Since moving to Texas, it just doesn't have what they're used to, and they want to feel more like they're at home here. So they really want to focus on biophilia, which is a movement inspired by nature. According to the Metropolis, it is the overall concept of biophilic design is to connect our inherent need to affiliate with nature in the modern built environment. And this is really integral to our physical and mental well-being. A proper balance between modern convenience and a sense of natural surroundings is really important in maintaining a healthy mindset. And most of you probably have noticed these things, but modern design really lacks in this. It lacks natural light, which, if you're on a low budget, it's a little bit understandable. Big picture windows can be pretty pricey. But even when you do have a decent budget, builders aren't putting in those super large floor-to-ceiling windows. Modern design also lacks natural ventilation, natural materials, vegetation, and views, which, especially in the Dallas DFW area, there isn't a ton of nature. It's almost more so a concrete jungle. There aren't those big, large trees left. And the views, there's no elevation change. And then modern design also lacks natural environmental shapes and forms such as curves. The 7 elements of biophilic design is natural materials, natural colors, natural shapes, natural patterns, natural light and air, vegetation, and water. A few benefits of bringing plants into your home or even, say, your office environment. They reduce stress levels, they increase productivity, they lower noise levels, and create a cleaner air environment in your space. They also boost creativity. A few features that I brought into this project and that I want to highlight: an open air atrium, kind of central to the home. It separates the entry from the living and dining space. It has about 8 feet of glass on all 4 sides. And it's just enough space to have a little sitting spot in there, and you can also have trees and plants growing. There's a koi pond at the front of the home where guests will be entering, and this is actually something that I experienced in an Airbnb in Hawaii that I thought was such a cool concept, and I wanted to bring it into this design. There's also a ton of natural light with skylights, large windows. There's also a sunroom. I've added a lot of natural shapes such as archways and barrel vaults. The whole entry is a full barrel vault. The island edges are curved along with the countertop. And then a lot of curved natural furniture. I brought in natural materials. There's lots of wood from the flooring, the beams, tongue and groove ceilings. A lot of the cabinets are natural wood with light and dark stains. Stone was brought in with the fireplace and the kitchen backsplash. Marbles with countertops and some furniture items. And then I also incorporated a nature-themed wallpaper in the sitting nook of the living room. There are many indoor plants and even a little herb garden that's close to the kitchen and the master bedroom. And then overall, I kept an earthy color palette to keep with that Pacific Northwest biophilic theme. So with the floor plan, it's close to 4,000 square feet living. It's 3,993. It's a 4-bed, 4.5 bath. The 2 kids' rooms have their own separate hallway so they can stay away from the guest room, which is at the front of the home, also a bit tucked away. And then the primary bedroom, which is the top right corner, tucked kind of behind the kitchen area. There's also a sunroom at the back off the living space, and then a study at the front off the hallway, which is also, it's on the opposite side of where the guest room is, on the opposite side of the atrium. In the study, it's more of a moody room. There's bookshelves, a little desk spot, and a lot of wood and dark elements, leather chairs, marbles, very veined marbles. There's minimal hallways on this plan, so there's not a ton of wasted space, but enough hallways to where it creates that separation from private spaces and living spaces. There's a mudroom off the garage, which is hidden from the guest space. There's a friend porch, which guests can also enter at, and the mud bench backs up to that, but where you can't see it. So if your mud area stays messy, which is common, guests won't have to see that. There's a large entry that's also close to the garage, or laundry, sorry, and it's connected to the primary closet, which also connects to the primary bathroom. There's a fully vaulted living and dining space, which also opens up to the kitchen. And this kind of makes that grand feeling, and is encompassed with a full wood ceiling with the wood beams. So that also brings in that biophilic feel and nature, woods, and everything that you can try to bring from the Pacific Northwest. There's a little sitting nook off the living space, which is good for the kids doing homework or playing games. The kitchen is a full U-shaped kitchen with an island, a 10-foot island, and there's a 10-foot accordion window over the sink area, which opens and creates a pass-through to the back porch area. The island has open shelving for cookbooks and decor, and then there's also storage on the back for extra storage. There's dishwasher drawers, a 39-inch workstation sink, which those have become very popular recently, a prep sink in the island, refrigerator drawers also in the island, which is near the range. It's good for storing veggies and other items that you typically cook with that can fit in these refrigerator drawers. There's a beverage station near the fridge, which includes a built-in coffee maker, a wine fridge, a beverage fridge, open shelving for decorative glassware. And then the range is a 48-inch La Cornue gas induction range. And then the refrigerator is a 48-inch Sub-Zero refrigerator and freezer. And then in the pantry, which is also a pretty large pantry, there's an extra freezer for meats and other foods. a vacuum seal drawer, a microwave drawer in the pantry, since the microwave won't be used as often as the steam oven, which is also in the kitchen, but microwave is still mostly necessary. And then there's open and closed shelving in the pantry. To quickly touch on the finishes and materials, I used a driftwood engineered hardwood for most of the flooring, and then added in some decorative tiles in the entry, pantry, bathrooms, and the sunroom, a terracotta tile. I used weathered oak and aged walnut cabinet stain for cabinets and the beams. I used a bold veined marble slab from the stone collection for most of the countertops, and this kind of gives you that really natural feel. Strong black and white tiles, almost checkered but not quite, for the entry floor and the pantry floor. I used a natural earthy zellige tile for a few of the bathrooms and some of the kitchen backsplash. I used a fluted green and sax tile, which gives you that curve, also that marbling look, and then green brings in that earthy, extra earthy feel. For the lighting, a lot of it came from Visual Comfort, and it was also very earthy and a little bit gothic style, which adds to some of the moodiness, like in the floor tiles and the study area. For the plumbing fixtures and cabinet hardware, I used an aged and antique brass from DeVol Kitchens and Inside East, and these will naturally patina over time, so that also adds to that biophilic design of the home. For the furniture, a lot of it was really organic style with the shapes and the textures, and a lot of it came from Our House and Rove Concepts. So overall, the design of the home, the floor plan, the extra elements and features, the materials, furniture, lighting, really focused on that natural, earthy, biophilic design and theme of the home. There were some bold concepts with the tiles and countertops, and a little bit of a gothic twist with some of the windows, like in the study, and lighting and furniture. And this is my overall project for this class. Thank you.